Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So this video is going to be my match preview for Sheffield United playing Sheffield Wednesday on the 9th of November 2018. So just before I start the video, make sure to drop a like on it. The target is literally just going to be 5 likes because I don't upload as much as I should. So, if I've lost a couple of viewers, I won't be surprised. So 5 likes is the target. For those of you watching the video, thank you very much. Let's hope you're going to enjoy it. So, we've got Sheffield Wednesday now. The form table speaks for itself. They've got 1 win and 1 draw in their last 6 matches. Looking at it though, they have been doing decent. The last couple of matches is where the win and the draws come from. But the Blades, on the other hand, we've got 3 wins in the last 6. And we are looking very strong. We obviously got that win against Wigan last week, and we've been playing quite well. We obviously did lose to Frank Lampard's Derby in that run as well, but let's brush that aside. He's got a quality side to play with, and it's not to be worried about. But we did also lose against Forest, which was quite a disappointing result because of the fact that they seem to be our bogey team as of late. Since we've been back in the Championship, we've been playing very poor against them every time we've played them. And it's been coming. We didn't play our best against Wigan. We obviously didn't play our best against Derby. We didn't play our best against Forest. And if this Sheffield Wednesday match turns out to be tougher than we're expecting, it wouldn't surprise me. This isn't me being a negative fan. It's more me being realistic because, Leon Clark has been our main striker and he's got 1 goal for the season. And this isn't me criticising him. It's more me, criticising the team on the whole for not really being creative enough in the sense that, we've got David McGoldrick and Sharp also there, and McGoldrick's had to get dropped, and he was a great player at the start of the season. Now, what's happened to his performances? But I've just criticised Leon Clark, but at the same time, I'm glad that he's going to a bit of form for this Sheffield Wednesday match because last season he got 2 goals against them at their place. Obviously none at our place, so it was a 0-0 ball draw because they just set out to draw and that's what they managed. But if Leon gets a couple of goals, I wouldn't be surprised. He hadn't scored at the Lane yet this season. Yeah, he has. He scored. I think he scored 1 at the Lane this season, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember who it was against. I genuinely can't remember who it was against. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Leon's got 1 this season for us, and it won't surprise me if he doubles his tally at least. Sheffield Wednesday, their manager Josh Luhukay, if that's how you pronounce it, tell me down in the comments. I'm not 100% sure myself. He's been under a lot of scrutiny lately for poor performances. He's their fan favourite keeper, Kieran Westwell, hasn't been even on the bench. They've been playing Chris Dawson, with Wild Smith on the bench. So they've probably been playing. Apparently, this Dawson's a good shot stopper, but apparently his distribution is pretty awful. So it's a similar situation to Jordan Smith at Forest, from what a couple of seasons ago, and they're going on this similar run, to be honest, aren't they? Sheffield Wednesday, a couple of good seasons, couple of bad seasons, bit of a yo-yo side in the Championship without actually going up or down. But yeah, Dawson, I don't know why they haven't been playing him, Wild Smith or Westwood. I think it's just because the manager wants to try and get the youth into the side, which he has implemented very well, if I'm perfectly honest. They've got 4 nearly at the back. They've got... Wow, this knowledge is poor. Hold on. My bad. They actually lost 4-0 to Norwich in the last game. If memory serves me correctly, having a look on Google. So I'm looking at the form table the wrong way around. They have lost their last 4 matches, I'm pretty sure. But they've got Fraser Preston coming off the bench, Jordan Thornley, as I mentioned before, Ash Baker, I'm pretty sure he's a right back who's been pretty decent for them before they went on a 4-loss streak. They've got Penny at left back, obviously Chris Dawson at goalkeeper. So quite a few youngsters coming into the side, but at the same time they've got some experience. Sorry for looking down, I'm looking at their lineup. They've got Tommy Lees at the back alongside Daniel Padil. Now Tommy Lees, apparently he's been not very good lately. Apparently he's been pretty poor, and having a look at their lineup, they have changed it a lot. They've played the 5 at the back this season. They've played 4-4-2 on Saturday. They've played 4-3-3 at times. Because I do enjoy to look at lineups a bit. It's a bit of a problem line, but I don't know why the managers can't try and stay consistent, you know. We don't. I mean, the only positive is that Chris Wilder has no clue what side he's going to go with on Saturday, because on Friday, because obviously he could go with a five at the back, or he could go with a 4-3-3, and he could go with anything. And he's got the attacking prowess there. You know, Lucas Jow, I've always rated him. Nuyu, I know that he's quite a tough player. They've obviously got Adam Reach, who's less said about him, the better. He's quite a good player. Barry Bannon in midfield, he's very good. They have a very good squad. They do have a very good squad on paper. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that it's not a good squad. So it's a very good squad on paper, but it's all about getting the best out of it for the manager. But the Blades, the complete opposite. You know, we don't really have the best side on paper, if I'm perfectly honest. A couple of seasons ago in League One, a lot of them players are quite unknown to most Championship sides. Admittedly, the likes of Mark Duffy, Fleck, O'Connell, you know I'm speaking about, have really made themselves a name in the Championship. But a couple of seasons ago, they were nobodies. And yeah, we've come on leaps and bounds. We've overtook Wednesday. You know, when we came up, well, you're going back down. You're not good enough. You know, O'Connell at the back. Who's he? Yeah, we're sitting third in the Championship now, and not 100% where they are on the table. But guys, I'm going to move on to my prediction 11. So my lineup in net is going to be Dean Henderson. He's been amazing for us. Simon Moore's not really had a look in until, or if Dean Henderson gets injured, that's the only way that Simon Moore's really going to come to the lineup, if you ask me. Right back, I'm going to go George Baldock, because Kieran Freeman's been poor and he's struggled to keep up with his man. And I feel like Baldock hasn't really done anything wrong. I think he had a little injury, which made Kieran Freeman come back into the lineup. Kieran Freeman's had his nice little time for this season, and get George Baldock back into the lineup. Centre backs, I'm going to go with Basham, Egan and O'Connell, providing that they're all fit and not suspended. But I'm pretty sure Basham's already served his suspension for that Forest away match. O'Connell, he's not often injured. I'm pretty sure he played every game for us last season, and he's not made an error this season. And then Egan at the back, he's physically probably the best player of the Blaze. He's so fast. If you just sit there and watch Egan, you know, maybe when Bash pushes forward and just watch them when they launch a long ball forward, Egan is the fastest player I've ever, well, not ever saw, but he's probably faster than a lot of you guys are aware of, and he's very strong. I don't know whether I'm saying all this and he's going to make a couple of mistakes. Let's hope he doesn't. But this man here on the October calendar is very good. Need to change that over. Who is it next month? It's Simon Moore quality. Left back, I'm going to go with Ender Stevens, because although I do criticise him, he is probably our best left wing back / left midfielder, however you view the position. And he's also decent at times, isn't he? He does create chances. Sometimes his end product's poor and his choices are quite poor, you know. Sometimes he cuts in, doesn't shoot, instead he tries to pass it and the opponent breaks away on a counter-attack. But for the most part, he is pretty decent. Defensively, he could do a bit of work as well, because he does get caught out sometimes. And you know, he's not as bad defending as Kieran Freeman were doing on Saturday against his former team Forest. But sometimes he could do a bit of work, and sometimes that's why I feel that Wilder has to go for the five at the back, just because we don't really have the full-backs that can defend to the capacity that the centre-backs can. Yeah, let's move on from Ender Stevens to the midfield. So Norwood, Fleck. Oh, I don't know who to go for. I want to go for McGoldrick. I know Duffy's probably going to be injured or on the bench, so I'm going to go with Coos. It's probably going to be Norwood, Fleck and Coos. It's what Wilder favoured against Forest, with McGoldrick on the bench and Johnny Lundstrom in the reserves and Woodburn on the bench. So, you know, it seems like Wilder prefers to play three more holding midfielders rather than two holding, one attacking, which I'm not going to complain at. He's the manager. He got us to top half last season and we're in third at the moment. Admittedly, that's been with Duffy, and if Duffy's back, put him into the lineup even if it's only for 60 minutes. The damage that he can do is amazing. And early on in the game, if they're not sharp, he could easily help us get a goal after 5 minutes. But yeah, Coots, he seemed decent against Forest, didn't he? He got a good 55, 60 minutes, and is I don't know whether Wilder's going to start him or not. That's the thing. I don't know whether he wants him to get started in a match of this stature, because if one of them Wednesday youngsters, for example, you know, let's say Penny, let's say Penny at left back goes in for a harsh tackle, that could be Coots out for another year. So I would preferably go with McGoldrick just for the attacking threat, and because their defence has been quite poor, McGoldrick does make sense. But Coots, Norwood, and Fleck. Fleck obviously last season was quite good against them, to say at the least. He tore him apart, if you ask me. He tore him apart. And this season has not been any different. That run that he made against Derby for Bash's equaliser against them until they won like 3-1 or 4-1 or whatever it was immense. So yeah, Flex, if he's out of the lineup, we struggle pretty much. And then obviously Norwood, he's not been as good as of late, to be honest. His passes and decisions have been poor at times. So I'm hoping against Wednesday, he's got enough experience to know what a derby's about. I'm hoping that he can turn out to be, the superhero. And then up front, I'm going to go with Clayton Donaldson and James Anderson. Oh, no, sorry. I'm going to go with Clark and Sharp. McGoldrick, I'd prefer him to start in attacking midfielder, and if we have to start him up front, that's perfectly fine. His quality, I'd prefer him to start with Billy though, because I feel like Billy's got to be in the lineup. A hat trick a couple of weeks ago, obviously against Forest, didn't do too much, but against the Sheffield Wednesday defence, his positioning at times is fantastic, and if he can get into them little pockets of space that he does quite often, we could certainly get him a couple of goals. And then Leon Clark, with the form he's getting himself into, if you ask me, could get a couple of goals. I feel like ignore me trying to pronounce his name. Josh Luhakai is going to go with quite a defensive lineup. I reckon this is my pre-match prediction. I reckon he's going to go with 5 at the back, Palmer at right back, Tommy Lees, Padil and Thornley at centre backs, and Penny at left back. I feel like he's just going to try and get his team to sit in as much as they can and try and break us on the counter attack. And if it turns out to be different, prove me wrong down in these comments section, Wednesday fans, once you've won the game 3-0. Now guys, that is my predicted 11 for this video. I'm actually going to do my score prediction in the matchday vlog that I do, if I do one. If not, my mate should do one, so either way there's going to be some sort of content at the stadium. So if you're looking forward to this match and you are pumped, make sure to drop a like on the video. I am very excited because lately life's been very depressing at sixth form. Not much going off. I've got a job as well, so going down to Bramall Lane on a Friday night to play Wednesday is an exciting acquisition. If you do see me at the game, as always, make sure to say hi. So yeah, like, subscribe, enjoy the rest of your day, and score predictions down in the comments now, guys. Come on, Wednesday or United winning, I don't care. Score predictions down in the comments now.